Everyone, hope you are doing great in different destinations of the world, and I hope you are good. So today we're going to look at the disorder called obsessive compulsive disorder, which is OCD as its abbreviation. So this is the disorder that involves two actions for the individuals who is affected. The first one is occurrence of obsessions in his daily activities and occurrence of compulsions in his or her daily activities. So the introduction: this obsessive compulsive disorder is a condition in which a person have frequent unwanted thought, means you think of different things but occurs frequently, means many times a day. These are called obsessions that cause a person to perform a repetitive behaviors. Then repetition of these behaviors is called compulsions. So come on the causes. So this disorder, its causes until now is unknown. So but you can see there's contributing factors. So there are some diseases that have unknown causes, but we can guess the factors that contribute to the occasion of that disease or that disorder. The first one is family history. So family history for here is when the patient who is suffering from this disorder may have this disorder from his or her ancestors, or in different generations of his or her family, because this may be caused by genetic disorders, as it is inherited from one generation to another. So the first contributing factor we put is here is the family history. The second one is the brain function due to difference in the brain structure and activities. We know that our brain have different activities to perform, and our brain different has different hemispheres. We have right hemisphere and left hemisphere, and each part has different functions. And we know that different activities like learning, remembering, and even making the abstract activities and abstract reasoning are taking place in the brain. So the function of your brain, as each individual has his or her own functioning of his or her brain, means that the brain function due to different in the brain structure and activity may contribute to the individual to suffer the the disorder we are talking about, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. So another one is the stressful life events. So you know that in this century, you know that everyone is hustling, everyone is stressed. Either you are a child, either you are employer, or you are employee, or you are student, whether you are or you are self-employed. Many of us, we have the stressful life events. So that's why when you have the stressful life events, you are in danger of developing this obsessive compulsive disorder. So after moving from these contributing factors, because I have told you that the cause is not yet known, but the studies and researches are being carried to come up with the real cause of this disorder. So for the signs and symptoms, we have what you call two kinds of symptoms, because we know that it is obsessive compulsive disorder. So means we have compulsive symptoms, meaning that you have you have compulsions, and we will have obsessive symptoms when you have obsessions. So the first one is excessive hand washing or cleaning symptoms. We know that symptoms and signs are different. For the symptoms, are those actions or feelings that the patient or client is feeling on his or herself, where the physician or the nurse can't be sure of that. That's why it will be placed in subjective data. So excessive hand washing or cleaning sign will be the sign of compulsive person, or a person who has compassions. So the second is checking things repeatedly. For example, you may buy a certain material like a pen or like toothpaste, and then you are checking that toothpaste frequently or repeatedly because you are not sure, you are doubting. So when you see your neighbor or your colleague having this sign, be aware that he or she may be developing this disorder. The third one is counting, arranging, or repeating actions in a specific way. So if someone is counting or arranging or repeating actions in a specific way, here you have to pay attention whether that person is not developing such kind of disorder. Another one is seeking reassurance or avoiding certain situations. So most of us, or the humankind in nature, we like reassurance. So you need someone to reassure you. But when you see someone is seeking reassurance and he or she is avoiding certain situations, you may think of this disorder, because it's not normal for someone to seek reassurance and avoiding certain situation unless he or she has a certain disorder. So we move on the signs and symptoms of the obsessives, or for the person which will develop obsessions. So the first one, fear of germs, dirty, or contaminations. So for obsessions, that person will fear germs. Means germs, these are microbes or other microorganisms. Dirty is like when there is the uncleanness of the certain area or certain material, or contamination is when someone has a fear of being contaminated. The second one is the fear of harming oneself or others. When someone has a fear of harming his or herself, or harming others, means that that person may have the sign of developing these obsessions, which is among the part of that disorder we are talking about. Another one is unwanted thoughts about order, symmetry, or perfection. So unwanted thought, here the person is developing an wanted thought, or he is thinking about the order, symmetry, or perfection. So looking for perfection can, and we know that someone can't be perfect as usual. Another one is intrusive thought about taboo or disturbing topics. Here, someone will have intrusive thought about taboo. Taboo, you know that there are these activities that are prohibited by culture, that we call taboos. Yes. So we move on the treatment. So the treatment, we have to see that this one is, it's like psychological disorder. So we have what we call cognitive behavior therapy. So this is the therapy where this person will be somehow counseled. So here they talk about that by through exposure and response prevention to help them manage compulsions. Here cognitive behavioral therapy, we know that cognitive processes are those processes that are taking place in the brain, these cognitive processes. So here the individual will be advised to attend this cognitive behavioral therapy to manage these compulsions. So another approach, it will be medications. Example, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. We serotonin know that serotonin and there's serotonin, which is the hormone, so will be used as medication to calm down that patient and will gain the normal health as usual. So another one is stress management. So when you found someone suffering from this condition, he or she can be advised to manage his or her stress. Another one is regular exercise. We know that regular exercise is a medication itself. Means that when you make the physical exercise regularly, your body will heal. And trust me, regular exercise is a medication itself. So another one, support groups. When someone is suffering from this condition, he or she need a support group where you have to be by his or her side in order to reassure that patient. So the last words but not the least, it's like quote. It said that stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but a great mind will give you a feeling that you can become a great too. So keep in your mind that you have to stay away from those people who try to discourage your ambitions, but you appreciate there's a great minds, because there's a great minds will give you a feelings that you can become a great person, and you can have the great minds as theirs. So thank you so much. I think you enjoyed the session. I can advise you and I can request you to make subscribe, share, comment and support in order to encourage me to deliver more content like this. Thank you so much. God bless you.